Hey traders and investors, it's Serge Berger here. What I'm going to talk about today is two stocks that are currently showing good momentum to the upside. Before we look at the charts, let me explain something very straightforward but unbelievably important. Um, when it comes to trading, particularly for the individual investor, unless you are a big institution with a massive amount of resources in terms of research teams or hedge funds that play more activist roles, and anything that's a little bit more deviating from the norm in that sense, it really pays to go and trade or invest where the action is. Okay, some people will disagree with that fact, but if you want to outperform the market, okay, if you just want to perform in line with the market, then it doesn't really matter. But if you want to outperform the market, which is what most people want to do, or try to do at least, um, then it really is important to go where the action is. Okay, when I'm talking about action, though, it sounds like a pushback on that. It's important to understand there is action and then there's action, right? So when I'm talking about action, I don't mean wildly irrational moves back and forth. I'm talking about fairly good trends and respect for technical support and resistance areas. One stock that currently is looking very good in that sense is iRobot. Okay, these guys make those vacuum cleaner robots for home. They also do stuff for the military and government agencies. Ticker symbol is IRBT. The stock looks good from a momentum perspective. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at the stock. It's very straightforward. You can see the stock over the past couple of months dipped below its 200-day moving average a couple times. Every time it did that, it reversed very quickly back up in big moves, not just a little bit. Look at this move here in December, big gap up right back above it, and then again here, I think last week. So we're now at the point where just the other day the stock blasted past an important resistance area, and it's now sort of settling above its all-time highs. The stock, from my point of view, now needs to settle a little bit, but you can see the stock has made a good move, continues to blast off of support areas. The stock has good momentum through the lens of at least a few weeks to continue to the upside. Important, however, to understand with momentum stocks is that once they lose the momentum, you need to respect that action, okay? But for the time being, iRobot looks okay to the upside. The other one is Chipotle Mexican Grill. This is not such a traditional way of looking at momentum, but I try not to do everything traditional, because if you do things too much traditional, then you kind of get stuck into the mediocre returns as well. So we're looking at Chipotle Mexican Grill. For one, you can see obviously it's a trending stock. It's been going up here for some time, and it's a darling of the trend following society, as I like to call it. However, what the stock really has going for itself is a rally after its earnings report, and that is still intact. You can see this up gap here from 2 weeks ago, I think, and where it gapped up into this resistance area. Now, the stock hasn't been able to overcome this area, but it's now coiling up its energy underneath this all-time high area. So this is a stock that is still working off of momentum after the earnings report. Looks like it can move higher. Hope this makes sense. Any questions, as always, let me know. Otherwise, you can tweet me at my Twitter handle. It's Steady Trader. Thank you and take care.